with his team met with industry chambers. Industry chambers should not come as a surprise. The top of the list is to cut down taxes to reduce the direct tax burden. That should really not be a surprise. And the second one is to promote public investments. Here are the highlights of what the industry chambers have sought from Budget 2016.
Finance Minister Arun Jaitley's third budget under Modi government will be his most challenging. His own finance advisor has tapered down the growth rate. And with the pace of investment yet to show any traction, Jaitley has his work cut out for him. No surprise then that the recommendations made by industry chambers, CII, FICCI and ASSOCHAM, along with export lobby FIO, takes into account the possibility of a weaker demand and offer possible solutions to get the growth momentum going. CII budget recommendations include jump-starting rural demand by higher allocations to Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana and Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, and enhanced investments in railways, irrigation and power. CII has warned that fiscal math should not be compromised. But its counterpart FICCI wants a recalibration of the fiscal deficit roadmap to promote public investment.
We do see that the efforts that have come in by the way of various policies of the government over the last 18 months, hopefully they will start seeing some results on the ground. We are hopeful that 2016 would see private sector investments coming back in.
The average tax rate a lot of corporates are now paying is about 23.5%. So we said instead of 25%, we requested the finance minister, if possible, to look at 22%.
Industry body ASSOCHAM has called for boosting infra investment through support for IIFCL to rebuild capacity of private infrastructure companies. The replacement of costly bank guarantees by bid bonds, and that the government do away with the surcharge on corporate tax and service tax.
Infrastructure is what has to be the key driver. The private sector investment in infra has gone away, and that needs to be brought back. The legacy issues have to be addressed, the NPLs and all which are there.
Industry body NASSCOM sought parity between domestic and foreign investors in startups.
Allowing reinvestment of such investment without being liable for taxation, as long as it is reinvested. Similarly, we have also said that there must be complete parity between domestic investors and non-resident investors. Today, domestic investors are taxed more at a higher rate than the non-resident investors. And this is certainly an anomaly which has to be addressed.
Essentially, the industry bodies has asked that the onus of getting the investment mojo back rests with the government. But for Finance Minister, the big challenge will be sticking to its fiscal target for FY16 and powering up the growth cycle. Bureau Report.
Well, the countdown of Budget 2016 has begun.